Welcome back to the Howard Keating Show. Keep on going. This is the last day of the XM Bank Show, and this has been a wonderful event that's going on here. They've broken all the records as far as attendees. We've got, we're pretty close to 30-some interviews since we've been on, right from the chairman all the way on down. So this has been terrific. And we have a guest here today that is taking everything from a different perspective. And it's important for us to know the abilities that they can help our credit managers. So might not be for the real small businesses, but it's more for the bigger businesses, or they could be your inside credit, people to take a look at opportunities, right?
You bet.
And I have Ron Shepard here, is manager of business development of FCIB. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Howard.
Is Dynamite, you having a good time here?
I'm having a great time. This has been quite an event.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is a huge, huge opportunity.
Did you ever think the United States government would be this proactive as far as, from my standpoint, we represent small business.
Exactly.
Can you imagine that ever happening? I mean, it's about time, but...
It's a huge outreach, and it's exciting because information is being shared, and I think people are. You need an opportunity to get together to share information, and this has been that opportunity.
Well, we're going to know about you now, Ron. Tell us about your organization.
FCIB is an acronym that stands for the Association of Executives in Finance, Credit, and International Business. We date back to 1919, a very old association. Our association is for professionals in international credit management. Our members, we have 1,000+ members.
Wow.
They range from multinationals to middle market companies to smaller privately held companies across all industries. We have several aspects to our mission. One is to provide a platform and an opportunity, just like the event here, for credit managers to get together, physically get together, and share best practices and network to share information about how to practice their craft. And we have events and conferences all throughout the world. In the last 18 months, we have had multi-day conferences in Barcelona, Dubai, Rome, Palm Beach, Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. Wow. In addition to the conferences and events that we host, we also have online electronic resources for our members only on our website. Such things as economic briefs and analyses, country reports, credit reports. We do not require a contract for our credit report service. We use multiple providers. All of the major providers are available to us, and we make those available to our members. We also have an opportunity for career and professional development for international credit managers and credit analysts. We have an online course which we developed jointly with Michigan State University Business School and the U.S. Department of Commerce. It's a 13-week online course entitled International Credit and Risk Management. We've had over 1,000 people go through that course.
Oh, that's great.
Many of them have earned their Certified International Credit Professional designation. They can sit for an exam at the end of the course and earn that designation.
That's nice to have on a resume, isn't it?
It's being recognized across all industries as someone who has been exposed to and mastered the basics of international credit management.
I think that's a great tool.
We also offer 2 more courses, one on foreign exchange and currency management, another on export compliance and regulation. Again, those developed jointly with Michigan State University Business School, and those are online courses. I want to mention just one thing about our members. We have 1,000 exporters who belong to our association globally. We also have the banks who provide international trade services, as well as the global credit insurers, who are also in risk management but from a different perspective. So at our events, there's a tremendous exchange of information between those exporters, those bankers, and those global credit insurers.
Good for you.
There's a lot of sharing of best practices and techniques for credit management.
Good for you. Well, it's got to be more interesting now than ever before when you start thinking, right, that, you know, we've seen Chrysler and General Motors, AIG, and all the disturbances, and small business has always been mystified. How did they get such great credit ratings, for example, and file for bankruptcy the next day?
Exactly.
And yet you have these small businesses out there, they might be late on an $800 bill, you know, for 30 days, and they might be for a good cause. They might be in dispute or whatever, but they get slapped around as far as the credit ratings go. And
exactly.
Small business typically shies away from the DMBs in the world as a result. And who do you believe? Big business, or, you know, that owes you the money, or the little guy that says, I'm late on my payments because that guy owes me money?
Exactly.
So you got a lot of things. It's almost like you got to develop a system for second chances here. Does that make sense? I don't know how to express it. But
there are opportunities to not only to manage the risk that a small business has when they extend credit to someone else.
Sure.
But they also, through participation in our association, learn how to enhance their own credit ratings and to better manage their balance sheet, so that you know, they can access a credit and hopefully you know, have the working capital financing that they need to move forward. So there are a lot of aspects. It's not always looking out to manage the risk that they're taking when they sell to another company internationally or domestically, but it's about enhancing their own ability to get credit for their growth needs. Sure. And their working capital. So yes, it's a two-edged sword.
Yeah. So and you're showing them how to, if they got to clean it up, they can clean it up. Okay. Yes. Or at least go in and have everybody understand what they went through.
We are a go-to for any aspect of credit management, and it can be for, again, as I mentioned, for selling to that customer and managing the credit that they're extending to that customer, but also they learn the best practices that enable them to grow and manage their working capital assets, and receivables are in most companies, small or large, are generally 60 to 70% of the total assets of that company, at least exceeding 50%. So it's a big resource, a big asset for most companies.
So you're doing all that for them, and I think it's terrific. But it's also, when you're a young person, you particularly young people out there, I mean, in Michigan State's just down the road. We're in Michigan, by the way.
Yeah.
And what a heck of a thing to put on your resume, as you went through this association, got those 2 or 3 courses going on, and you're looking for a job. That's a differential.
Absolutely.
It really sets you apart.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Individuals can join as well as companies.
Absolutely.
So you got a student membership or a young you got
yes.
varying type
yes.
of memberships?
The memberships are really open to, when I say we have 1,000 companies, we have 1,000 individuals who are directors of global credit, international credit managers, or VPs of finance, or owners of smaller businesses that belong to our association. So the memberships are individually, but they represent 1,000 individual plus companies.
That's terrific. But I think it's great to have these young people, or anybody, educated in this whole thing, so they know what they're getting into. But your interaction with the credit insurance people, the factoring people, the banking people, and the insurance people, that is really wonderful that you're getting that exposure, because you're opening their eyes. Nothing is clear-cut anymore.
Well, and you know, there is a lot of mentoring that occurs in our association. Those who have been in this profession for 25 or 30 years of managing international credit, we have a core of very participative older members who really take those who are entering the field of credit management and showing them the ropes and sharing their best practices. And so there's a tremendous amount of mentoring that occurs at our events. And we have on our website for members only, there is a members forum where a practitioner says, I'm having difficulty shipping into Belarus, or I'm selling into China. I have a question, and our members respond. All of those responses are archived on our website, so the members can actually see who's exchanging information, and they can scroll through, and if a topic looks interesting to them, they open it up and they can see which credit managers are exchanging information. So there's tremendous resources.
That is great. That is great. All you medium and small, medium businesses out there that are part of our network, this is a great tool. This is a great association to get involved in, and particularly getting your credit people over here, get in shape and start looking at bringing down the risk of the company. This is just terrific opportunity for everybody. So we encourage them. And the name of the company or the association is FCIB, and please go to this website here. It is FCIBglobal.com. You're going to enjoy taking a look at this. This is something you ought to research. If inclined, jump in and join this association. Learn from a lot of old pros, and you're learning from people from around the world too.
Absolutely.
And so and the education side of it, I'm geeked about too, because I think that's kind of neat. So please come aboard and take a look at that. With us has been Ron Shepard. He's manager of the business development for the association. Ron, it was very kind of you to be here.
It's been a pleasure.
Really,
thank you, Howard, very much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.